Hello friends, welcome to my channel Fundamentals of Engineering. In today's session we are going to see conventional diagram of limits and feet, that is a system of hole and shaft that we are going to see. So before starting to this session we see why we require the limits for hole and shaft. That as we know that no two things in the nature can be identical. They may be found to be closely similar, but they can't be identical. This is true of a production of component parts in engineering also. So if you produce a parts in mass production, it will be very difficult that every part will be the identical with the size. It will be closely similar, but whatever the parts which are having a dimensions that not be identical for all the parts. So as we know that every process is a combination of three elements, that is man, machine and material. A change in any one of these will constitute a change in the process. All these three elements are subject to inherent characteristics of variations. These variables result in the variation of size of a components. If the process be under control, that is all the assignable causes of variations and controllable causes of variations have been removed or controlled, the size of variations will be within reasonable limits. Thus, when process is in control, most of the items will be on or about mean value or other values which are expressible limits. So it is therefore obvious that it is impossible to produce a part to an exact size, that the functional requirement which can't be sacrificed. So we have to provide a tolerance which can be give the functional requirements, that no difficulty arises when the tolerance allowed in a sufficiently greater than the process variation, that is a capability of machine. The designer should be ensured that the tolerance on any component is neither restrictive nor permissive. It should be as wide as the process demands and it should be no wider. So there are things that man, machine and material which is responsible to get the product which will manufacture. Now we are going to see, based on the tolerance which provided, we are getting the limits for the hole and shaft. Based on that limits we are getting different deviations. What are they? That we are going to see. So hole is a non-mating part. Hole is a female part which assemble with a shaft which is a male part. So when we assemble any system, we have to assemble with a hole and shaft. Then based on the zero line, which is the line which represents the basic size, so that the deviations from the basic size is zero, based on that zero line we'll get the basic size. So basic size, it is the size of a part in relation to which all limits of variations are determined. Often basic size and nominal size of a part or dimension are used with the same sense. So basic size and nominal size are same based on the dimensions. And as we know, we can't produce hole of a identical size every time. Based on that, we are providing hole tolerance. So this is the tolerance, is the amount by which the given dimension is permitted to vary. It is allowed in order to cover the reasonable imperfections in workmanship and the inevitable inaccuracy of manufacturing process. As man, material and machine affect the accuracy which will produce on the parts, based on that we are providing a tolerance. So based on this tolerance we are getting the limits for hole. One is higher limit another is a lower limit. So higher limit will get the when it is the maximum size of a hole based on the hole tolerance, or it is called as a maximum permissible limit. That is a higher limit, and lower limit is the minimum permissible limit. That is a lower limit of a hole. So based on the tolerance we are providing, we will get two limits size for the hole, that is higher limit and lower limit. So the parts which are manufactured is coming in between these two limits, then that part is acceptable based on the basic size. So that is the tolerance, based on that we are getting limits. So same, based on the shaft tolerance we are getting two limit size, that is higher limit and lower limit. So which is a higher limit, which is a maximum permissible limit of shaft, and lower limit is a minimum permissible limit of shaft. The parts which are manufactured, if they fall in between these two limits, then that part will be accepted, otherwise it may rejected or given to the rework. So every time we are not rejecting the part, based on the dimensions we are getting, if it is going beyond the higher limit, then we can give that part to the rework in terms of shaft, and the lower limit is smaller, then we'll give the part to the rework, so that all the parts will fall in between higher limit and lower limit for the hole, and higher limit and lower limit of shaft, and that can be acceptable. So based on these limits we are getting deviations. First we'll see upper deviations for the hole. Now what is the upper deviation? It is the algebraic difference between the maximum limit of size and corresponding basic size. So maximum limit, that is a higher limit, and corresponding basic size, based on that we are getting upper deviation. It is the positive quantity when the maximum limit of size is greater than the basic size, and a negative quantity when the maximum limit of size is less than the basic size. So the upper deviation is, it is the difference between higher limit or maximum limit of size to the corresponding basic size. So there we are getting upper deviation. So this difference, this difference, based on that we are getting upper deviation. For the hole, it is designated by capital letter ES. Now we'll get lower deviation, which is the algebraic difference between the minimum limit of size and corresponding basic size. It is a positive quantity when the minimum limit of size is greater than the basic size, and negative quantity when the minimum limit of size is less than the basic size. So based on the lower limit to the corresponding basic size, based on that we are getting lower deviations. For the hole, it is designated by capital EI. So same, based on the limits of shaft we are getting upper deviation and lower deviation. In shaft, upper deviation is designated by small letter ES, and lower deviation is designated by small letter EI. So there is a difference between deviations based on the hole and shaft, that the designation in shaft we are giving by using a capital letter, and for shaft we are giving based on the small letter. For hole, capital letter, shaft, small letter. So based on these upper deviations and lower deviations, we are getting a fundamental deviation. It is that one of the two deviations which is conventionally chosen to define the position of tolerance zone in relation to the zero line. It is the one nearest to the zero line. So fundamental deviation among these two deviations, either upper deviations or lower deviation, which is near to the zero line, that will be the fundamental deviation. So if we consider in whole, we are getting lower deviation which is near to the zero line, so that will be the fundamental deviation. So fundamental deviation for the whole always will be the lower deviation. And if we can see the deviations for the shaft, upper deviation and lower deviation, there you can see the upper deviation is near to the zero line. So for the shaft, fundamental deviation will be the upper deviation. So make it clear, for the whole, lower deviation will be the fundamental deviation, and for shaft, upper deviation will be the fundamental deviation. So the difference from the basic size of the various holes is given by the fundamental deviation, and it is this difference in size which gives the feet required. That feet, that is clearance feet, transition feet and interference feet, based on the difference between basic size to the various dimensions, based on the fundamental deviation, we are getting these three types of feets. So we can say that due to this, whatever the inaccuracy we are getting based on the manufacturing method, it is not possible to make any part precisely to the given dimensions, and it can only be made to lie between these two limits, that is maximum and minimum. The difference between these two limits is called as permissive tolerance. When the tolerance distribution is on only one side of the basic size, we are getting that a unilateral tolerance, and if the permissible variation is of both plus and minus, then it is referred as bilateral tolerance. That is a type of tolerance either we give for the hole and shaft. Based on that, the limits can be defined and deviations can be defined. So in this we have seen how the three elements, that is man, material and machine, will affect the accuracy which can be getting by the manufacturing process. So man, material and machine, these are the three M's, will always affect the accuracy which we are getting from the manufacturing process. And we can see in mass production we are manufacturing identical part by the same machine, but these identical parts which we are manufactured, it will be very difficult that will get the same dimensions for the each part. So there is a variations we are getting in the dimension to the standard part which required. So we can't eliminate or scrap all the parts which are manufactured, so that we are giving the limits or tolerance, and based on that tolerance we are getting two limits, and the parts which are manufactured which falling in between these two limits, then that part can be acceptable, otherwise it can be sent to the river or it can be rejected. Hope you like this video. If you like it, please stay connected and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Click on bell icon to get more notification. If you want to cover any topic regarding the same domain, put that topic name in comment box. If you like it, also put your comment in comment box, so that will helpful to me. Thank you very much.